Hello, and welcome to episode 35 of the Wee Podcast. It is Clark here with Phil.
Hello.
So this week we're going to look at reality versus fantasy. So basically, what is fantasy? Why do we like it so much? And is reality really that bad?
No.
Well, we're going to find out. So hope you enjoy, folks. So if you had something like the Oasis from Ready Player One with unlimited access to worlds, completely made up of whatever, to do whatever you wanted, wherever you wanted, with whoever you wanted, with no consequences, for as long as you wanted, do you reckon you spend more time in that virtual reality world than in real life?
Today, like in this, like if we were to live, because obviously in Ready Player One, the world that they live in,
It's busted.
isn't very.
Yes, a bit
Nice.
wrecked. No, like no.
No.
No?
I personally, I don't think it would. But then, like, people can say you think this, and then you would do the opposite anyway. But I would think it would, because if I lived in that world, it probably would.
Yeah,
Because
it
it
would
would be,
suck.
yeah, it would be terrible. Whereas here, we're not living too bad. Like,
No, that's a bit messy, really.
it's a bit messy, but I mean, you can go and escape that, and then come back and be like, well, time to go to work, and be like, fun again.
It's not fun at all.
But that's that's just the way life works. Like, I don't think.
But you
'Cause
can
then-
go to work in this as well. Like, that's the whole point in the book. I don't know if it's really in the film as much, but in the book of Ready Player One, he goes to school in the Oasis
Why doesn't go to school in real life though?
because I don't really know if there are schools, but
That's
you
what I'm
go in
saying.
the Oasis.
Whereas here we do.
I know, but if you could go to school and work without even have to leave home, would you do it?
Well, it depends if. I mean, obviously, if it was a job in which you could do, like, say if it was like, job description, say if it was like work from home via Oasis, then you'd be like, well, yeah, but then
Yeah.
I would just after work I'd just take it off and get something to eat and just relax and watch some films or something.
People do that in the Oasis though.
But I would,
But this is only in the book, so they would put the thing on, and then they would have created like their own like rooms. So say they'd made this room,
yeah.
and then I could join your room with my Oasis thing, and then my avatar will walk in, and we'll sit and watch TV together, or listen to music together, or whatever. But this all happens. This is what I'm saying. Like, everything is possible in this.
But I wouldn't do that.
You don't know. You might.
Well, no, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to watch TV with you.
No, but you can lock it, so I can't come in. It's like a party in the Xbox.
But I just want to watch something by myself.
That's what you're doing. But you've got an unlimited amount of like films in this. You can be like, oh, I want that one.
No,
Just stick it on.
It's not the same as watching it. Like, I've never been a person for virtual reality.
But the Oasis isn't virtual reality as
Yes,
such.
it is.
It's like
It is.
the most unbelievable immersive experience. It's not like now where it looks okay.
But it is. It's virtual reality, and that's the beginning and the end of it.
Yeah, but again, it's not like the way we know it.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like we can just like put on be a Jedi and then take it off again. Whereas you could do that in the
I think
Oasis.
I might get addicted if that was.
Yeah, you'd be dumb. Like, to be
Yeah.
fair, because you could probably get a lightsaber. I'd say.
Yeah, is there not like a drum thing you can do with the PS4 at the moment, where like you have like lightsabers and you hit it?
Oh, it's you can do it on Xbox as well.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's like saber. You do like a little beat
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
No.
Is it not that good?
I wouldn't know. I just don't see it. It's really
No.
find the appeal to it. Like,
No,
I'd rather fight enemies instead of making a beat with two lightsabers in my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, at the moment,
I can make a beat in those drums behind me, like, but
at the moment, I don't
lightsabers.
really see the point in virtual reality. Like,
No,
not yet. I don't
No.
think we're quite there.
no. Well, like I said to you before this, obviously I was watching the football with my brothers, and it just wasn't that good.
No.
Yeah, it's class being in the room and all, but
You're more interested in the studio than
yeah,
the match.
exactly. So you'd be like
Yeah.
walking. You couldn't even walk about the studio. I don't think you can walk behind the sofa.
Oh, you just like sort
You
of
can just do that there. All you can do is walk towards the glass, and that's it.
turn your head and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, still pretty cool that they thought of the studio. I would like my initial thought, like I said,
There's a
was
big
like
black screen behind you.
in this
Yeah.
like in the stand or like at the side of the pitch or something. That's what I automatically assumed.
Yeah.
A commentator box would be pretty cool. Be a good view.
Basically what it is, really, just at the side of the...
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
That's all it is, really.
But how we got here, fantasy and reality. We all know what reality is.
Do we though?
Hopefully. But
how do we know?
the
We could be in the Oasis right now.
I don't think so.
No, life isn't that good, like, is
No,
it?
unfortunately not.
No.
But basically, for anyone who wants an actual definition of fantasy, bit of a breakdown is it's just set in a fictional universe, often without locations, events, or people referencing the real world at all. Brief how it came around. Fantasy, basically, its roots are from oral traditions, so word of mouth, the likes of myths and folklore and that sort of thing. And then eventually it was written down and became literature and drama and films and everything.
Every genre stemmed from
Video
one
games,
big genre.
everything.
Yeah.
There's two different types of fantasy. So what we have now, they consider it's called modern fantasy, and there's also traditional fantasy. But modern fantasy is essentially, as I say, like, you know, our books and films and whatever. And the traditional fantasies like your myth, legend, fairy tales, etc. Three key differences. So the modern fantasy is set. This tends to be set in like a different reality. Like a different world. One that's like separated from our world. Like, you know, we were talking before and before we started recording of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
About how it's literally our world, but
Upside down.
Really? You know, you can pull the likes of Star Wars and things in there as well. DC, whatever. But basically,
Whoa.
Whoa. What?
What'd you say there? Star Wars and DC?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Marvel. Don't.
Well, no, both are great, but
No.
I try and stay away from everything I like. And I try
Marvel
to change
is,
it up
is
with
the
it.
be all and end all, and that's
It's unbelievable. But they actually come in nicely here because basically the hidden fantasy side of our own world, as you say, with different rules, geography, history, blah blah blah. So like Tony Stark and stuff, they don't actually exist, but New York does. So they've just sort of changed the timeline and stuff. And then traditional fantasies take place in the world, but often, like for example, in the past or in a far off, unknown place. So most fairy tales are long ago and far away.
like galaxy far away.
Teletubbies come out.
Oh, God.
No, you know, long ago and far away tends to be how they start. So the main one is sort of placement, times, etc.
Yeah.
Second difference would be that the traditional ones, so like old time, that basically the supernatural can basically span from legends that are considered then to be like real.
Yeah.
You know, like King Arthur, for example.
Yeah.
And then they turn into sort of like myth, or if you want to even go as far back as like the Norse gods, etc. They were myth and legend, etc.
And dinosaurs.
Yeah. Whereas now, basically, modern fiction and fantasy is literally all completely made up, written it all down,
One
everything.
thing, right enough. What is Jurassic Park and Jurassic World?
What do you mean?
Like, what's their genre? Obviously, it's like action films and stuff, but what is it actually? Because surely to God, that wouldn't be a fantasy film.
Well, it is, because we can't clone dinosaurs.
Yeah, but it's a fantasy film. It's sort of like augmented reality in a way. Because we don't know if we can't do said things.
We can clone things, but like I don't think we can clone
Dead
250
things.
million year
Yeah.
old dinosaur fossil.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think I don't remember what museum it was in, but I think I was in primary school. I went to a museum and there was a T-Rex skull, but it wasn't like a real one, but it was like a model of one. And I remember being like, but why can we not just like take DNA from this now and like make one? But the reason you couldn't do it, apart from it being fake, was that it had all died. It's like it's been far too long that basically we can't extract DNA from them anymore.
One day we'll be able to, and we'll be just having Jurassic Park in real life.
Probably.
Hopefully.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
I hope it happens.
And then the final difference is that modern fantasy is written by like we would sit down and be like, right, we're gonna do this now. We're gonna make
Like Family Guy.
yeah, like you would sit down and be like, right, we're gonna make this up and we're gonna write it all out and it's gonna make sense and blah blah blah. And then traditional was that it would be like passed down from word of mouth and then written down one way and then somebody would tell it to their kid who would write down another way and so on and so forth. It wasn't like planned.
Yeah.
The change, it would just change over time. So yeah,
That's kinda cool, like.
three key features, three key sort of how they differ, and basically modern fantasy sort of really started kicking in the 1800s. Scottish author called George MacDonald, very very Scottish surname. He wrote
In a massive farm as well.
The Princesses and the Goblin, and then another book called Fantastes or Fantastes. I don't really know how you say that.
Tangfastics, mate.
But 1858, basically the Fantastes or the Fantastes, however you say that, is considered like.
Just imagine Gary Barlow just fantastic.
It's widely considered to be it's widely considered to be the first ever like fantasy book, and then obviously it was a major influence on the authors that came, so Tolkien and C.S. Lewis, Lord of the Rings and Narnia. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, more than
but
that.
those guys basically they really bought into that, and then they have their own massive worlds and stuff. But yeah, very brief, very very brief for us.
Yeah.
Background on fantasy and different types and stuff.
Well,
which sort of explains, if you think like if what they probably consider fantasy, so for example like Norse mythology wasn't always fantasy.
Yeah, it's reality to some people.
Yeah, then, but it's sort of
people
changed.
believe in Valhalla and the gods and Odin and
The Aesir and the Valkyrie and
the Valkyries and everything. Yeah,
class.
Yeah.
Just wait till you play God of War.
I know. Do you ever
So
know if that would be a good one to be in?
No.
Well, not as Kratos, obviously, but as someone else living in a faraway land that isn't actually affected by anything that happened.
I don't know. I think it would still suck.
I don't know. I think I'd be alright. Like,
Well, wait till you play this one, then you can decide.
well, this is the only one that's actually got Norse mythology in it.
Yeah, the other ones are Spartan.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what's going with that anymore. But anyway, no, where do you
Nice.
no, where do you get playing it? But no, basically that's where I was going. It's interesting how traditional fantasy shapes the modern one, but also if you think how, for example, like Thor and stuff is traditional, but it is actually also modern.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, now it is at the minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it has been for what 50 years, Thor.
Yeah.
But
Weird how it just comes out of nowhere though as well. Like it just sort
but
of.
it's also on the nose. Like there's no
Yeah.
copyright to that legend at all,
Yeah.
or that mythology at all. And Stanley's just been like, here, let's make him a superhero.
Yeah.
Genius.
It's a great superhero as well. My
Yeah.
favorite superhero.
One of my faves as well.
But then, I don't know if you'd ever like to meet him though. Because then you like
Not the legend one, because
No.
he's an asshole. But if you were to meet Chris Hemsworth,
But that's
Still-
different. That's meeting Chris Hemsworth though.
I think he seems pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
But then this is where it comes around to this whole fantasy versus reality. Is he gonna be cooler as Thor, or is he gonna be cooler as Chris Hemsworth?
Definitely is Thor.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I don't look up to Chris Hemsworth.
But he's cool.
I don't care.
Might be a really nice guy.
I don't care.
Why should you look up to Thor?
Because he's cool.
Why?
Because he has a thunder hammer.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but he does. That's his weapon of choice. He's a thunder hammer
Well, no, he has a hammer.
that collects lightning.
Only whenever he decides, though. He is the thunder. You have to remember if you've seen Ragnarok.
Yeah, but it's the thunder that comes through the clouds, and the lightning comes down and strikes him, and then it gets his hammer, then his hammer hits people.
Yeah.
That's what I like. Chris
Yeah,
Hemsworth
it's-
can't do that.
You don't know.
No, I do know.
He did it. We've seen it.
In a film.
Which is as real as you're gonna find. anyone doing that on this planet.
That's never going to happen in real life. Well, to be fair, you never know, because someone could do that stupid thing, stand at the Empire State Building, get a hammer, and then die. You'd be like, well...
But just before they throw it.
Yeah, just accidentally fall. I don't know, I don't think he'd be that good.
Who?
I mean, if you're putting Thor and Chris Hemsworth together, you're obviously going to pick Thor. I would anyway.
Yeah, probably, but I mean...
But that's because it's been portrayed as such a...
But Chris Hemsworth did such a great job.
Oh, he did a brilliant job, 100%. Yeah. That's one thing you can't... Like, it's always those films, like we were talking about as well, like Harry Potter as well.
Yeah.
You got all these people...
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. You're not going to find... And if anybody's going to make a remake of these films, you're not going to find anybody's going to play that role better
than... Like, can you imagine anybody being Frodo better than Elijah Wood?
No.
Or, you know, Shirley MacLaine as Gandalf, or Viggo Mortensen, or whatever he says his surname, as
Mordor Johansson.
As Aragorn. Like,
no.
If you think, like, had they have cast anybody else as Aragorn, it just wouldn't have been as good.
No, I don't think. I mean, but then we always say that, and then there have been remakes, and the actors have done well.
Like what?
Hulk.
But they're not remakes as such.
Well, they've been just over and over again, and then obviously,
just like recasting. But then I suppose the thing is those sort of films, like, technology as it moves on makes them better. But I don't know whether technology moving on will ever make, like, the Hobbits are not as good as Lord of the Rings.
But for the Hobbit though, I don't think you need to have that much. Like, I mean, what was there in that film that has to be?
I don't what annoyed me about those, and I still think the Hobbits are good. I think they're good films, and obviously the comedy and stuff links in with the fact that Hobbits were actually written for children anyway, and whereas Lord of the Rings technically weren't. But the fact that they couldn't get orc actors like they did in the Lord of the Rings annoyed me. Why CGI them? Why?
Yeah, can't imagine it would cost any more, like, than...
I don't know, because you're just having to use motion capture now. But, like...
that's for one person.
No, it's for, like, all of them.
Yeah, but you could do... All you need to do is, like, for one person, do the mocap for every single character in the...
Probably, but they've probably... I mean, obviously not, like, for example, they didn't hire 10,000 extras for the Two Towers.
Yeah.
But, like... Or any of the battles, but, you know... The fact that, like, when they were on screen, they were real, and it was makeup, and it looked so bloody good.
Yeah. Like, the Urukai were unbelievable.
Yeah, like, if you think, like, those in a remake, if they try and, like, soup it up, I just don't think it would look as good, because it's so authentic.
Yeah, I don't think it would make much sense to me.
No.
I'm not really a big fan of CGI stuff. Like, I like it in the sense of, like, it being like a picture of some sort, like say if you go over a hill and just see this big massive landscape. Fair enough, but not people.
No, like where they add something, like, for example, like a planet in Star Wars or a big building.
Yeah. Like the scenery's fine.
Yeah, on top. Yeah, exactly. Like scenery in Game of Thrones, where they, like, add things onto buildings, etc.
Yeah, but you don't have to, like, bring in people that look so computerized. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just because I mean, obviously, Lord of the Rings isn't a real thing anyway. Like, it's not reality, but at the same time, you try and make it as real as possible within that fantasy land you've got yourself.
Exactly, like, you buy into it enough to the point that you go, I'm willing to spend 9 hours of my life watching 3 of these films, and then a further 6 watching the Hobbits.
Yeah,
if I want to.
But it's weird how we say that, because they're both fantasy films. Like, it's the same thing as you say in Star Wars as well. Like, it's obviously space is real.
Yeah.
So, like, it's different in. I mean, well, I suppose in the new Star Wars they haven't really done anything. I suppose in any Star Wars they haven't really done any sort of, like, CGI for people. I mean, even Jabba the Hutt wasn't CGI because they couldn't have done it.
First time, no, but it was in the prequels.
Yeah.
But, like, well, they've done. No, not.
Well, even C-3PO, they could have done him. They could have done R2-D2, but they didn't.
They did a bit of CGI in Rogue One.
But even Yoda in the new one, like,
he's a puppet again.
He's a puppet again.
Same puppet used in Empire.
Yeah. So, like, what's the? It just depends on people. Obviously, Treebeard and the trees. You have to. You can't not do that unless you have, like, 20 foot.
But it looked okay, I thought.
It looked brilliant. Yeah, for the time of the CGI. Yeah, but then, like, the thing that's really got me going recently about CGI is Venom.
Oh, it looks so bad.
I don't know.
It looks so bad.
I seen the trailer the other day again, and
the one where he, like, grabs the motorbike.
Yeah.
Don't even.
It's just like, I just don't understand. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
See, I like Tom Hardy, so I'll probably give it a chance.
Oh no,
I
I'll
think,
still watch the film.
yeah, because I think that but I don't know. I don't know. I just think they need to give all this over to Marvel and just get it over with.
I would agree. 100%.
Because, and I include Deadpool in that because I think you know what? See if Deadpool was done after 2 films, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it as well.
Because Ryan Reynolds acted the shit out of him.
Have you heard his new concept about Home Alone?
Yes.
I called it Stoned Alone.
That's what he's called apparently.
No, is it?
Yeah, apparently.
There's no way.
Yeah, he misses the ski trip and gets stuck in the house. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Apparently that's what it's called.
Oh, that's a shame. I thought I was really good for that.
Yeah, well, so good
that.
they've
He's probably read my tweet and been like, good one.
See what he did there.
No, he probably hasn't. But then again, you think about those things as well, and it's like, whenever you get so involved in, say, a fantasy world like Marvel, you want the future films and the future comics to be unbelievable. Yeah. And then obviously whenever you, at the minute, like you said about Sony as well, obviously having rights to certain things, it sort of takes it away from whenever you're wanting to. Because at the minute, that CGI, I don't know if the CGI would be any better for. Maybe they'll portray it a lot better for here they get from Marvel to do it, but
I don't know. I the fact that they're bringing in. Obviously, they've got Tom Holland in on that film.
In what film? Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Is he confirmed in it? How did they do that?
Well, he is Spider-Man, and they own him.
Sony. I thought they have the rights now to have Marvel.
No. They've bought. Did they buy X-Men recently? I think they bought X-Men and a few other characters.
Fox and Marvel are getting into thing. Fox own X-Men.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, then that's who they bought. They bought Fox.
Who?
Disney.
Yeah.
And they own everything now.
Yeah.
But I'm almost certain that Sony. I could be completely wrong, and if I am, hopefully somebody will correct me. But I'm almost certain that they still basically own the rights, and that to get Spider-Man in Civil War and the Spider-Man films and stuff, Marvel actually haven't pay them for the right to have him.
That's strange. There's not a lot of things online saying he's actually not in the film.
I've definitely seen him on IMDb as Tom Holland as Peter Parker, not Spider-Man, just Peter Parker. Apparently it's just a wee sort of appearance. It's not he's not a character as such. He's just in it, on I don't know, a bus or something. I'm making that up, but
well, to be fair, he probably is.
Yeah.
He probably passes Eddie Brock. Because Eddie Brock's a journalist.
So it would surprise me.
It would be.
You know what would be really clever? If whenever Eddie Brock is in, whenever he's is that a threat? If that was the place where Peter Parker gets bit by the spider.
That'd be cool.
And you see him go past with his wee camera going
Yeah.
That'd be clever.
That'd be class, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Then again, imagine having Venom in your reality, that'd be kind of scary.
I don't know. I just think that'd be cool. But anyway, that's another wee side segue. But this is where I suppose this whole thing came from, that we, reality or fantasy versus reality. Is reality more exciting or is fantasy more exciting?
Well, it depends.
It's weird because
it depends if you're
you get lost in games and films and very specifically actually games, because you could sit and play a game and you are that character.
Yeah. Well, we spoke about this before about the sense that you're accomplishing something whenever you're doing something.
Well, we were talking about game addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're an adrenaline junkie, I would say people don't play games.
No.
If you're an adrenaline junkie, you'd rather go out and visit the world, and you'd rather go and do hike up a mountain for 10 hours a day or whatever, and then jump out of the plane or whatever.
My brother sent me a video. I'm doing that yesterday.
What, skydiving?
Yeah, he sent me this morning.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But stuff like that there, people just want to do that.
Yeah, it is unreal.
It is very big. It's very you don't know. People,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've got sort of both sort of sides of the thing. I just want to travel at the same time, but then I want to play the games and watch my films.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But it's a tough thing to do, because you got to balance your time out properly to do that. And sometimes if you don't do it, you're not very happy. You're not happy at all with how your reality's going at all. But
yeah.
I mean, there's not much you can do about it, really.
But I always find that in fantasy, because you have the control over those characters, it's almost easier to be happier with when you're in this world. No, well, just in general, because, for example, if I was to sit down tomorrow, right, say I was not well tomorrow for work. Disclaimer, by the way, if I'm off tomorrow and Sunday my work's listening to this, I'm literally not faking. At this point, I'm not feeling unwell. But anyway, Basically,
You certainly look at one.
but basically, if tomorrow I decide, right, I'm gonna sit down, now I'm off sick and feel great, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna put on something that I feel comfortable watching, and I stick on episodes 4, 5, 6 of Star Wars, and I spend 7 hours tomorrow, whatever it is, watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
That is a comfortability thing because I know what's gonna happen. I'm good with it. Whereas again in Destiny or in FIFA or whatever game you want to play, Gears of War, Halo, whatever, you're in control of that character. So your actions directly impact the fact of what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're in control.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to, I'll go to work tomorrow and things will come up and I'll just be like, oh God,
Yeah.
here we go. But then, as I say, if I'd been sitting at home playing that game, I could be like, I don't want to go there. I'm going to go over here. Or, I don't want to do that.
But then it's the same thing as playing a new game, though. Because then you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't, but you know that you're going to be able to control regardless.
Some people don't get past certain bits in games.
Oh, no, definitely. I always think it's really weird that 100% of people don't pass level 1, for example, in most games. It sometimes sits at 94%. You're like, what have they done?
Yeah.
It's like turning the game on.
Yeah.
But
the thing that does my head is when people don't do, say if they're on 98% of achievements and they don't finish it. That does my head in.
I know.
I'm saying, what are you doing?
I just do it.
You've one achievement left. I swear to God, whenever playing that the Lego,
the original series.
Yeah, the saga, whatever it was, the original saga, whatever it was called. I had one achievement left at the end of it, was to play one online level with someone else. Could I find anybody that would want to do that with me? I was like, could you just download the game, please? And
I have it. I could have done that.
Yeah, well, you didn't. So Aaron ended up doing it with me, thankfully.
Yeah.
As I thank you so much, Aaron. I've 100% of that.
Nice.
But now all the new Lego games are coming out with 1,000.
Like the Incredibles and all.
Yeah, they're all coming out with 1,000 gamer score, and then they add on with the DLC. So even if you don't purchase the DLC, you still get achievements. So I can still be at 1,000.
But
it's
you
not
could be at
anymore.
60%.
Yeah, so it can go. So if you had another 40 years down to 60%, so you're like,
oh,
alright.
That's annoying.
Oh, I know. I was livid, but no, I can't do it.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter now.
But I mean, if you were to go and watch a certain film, suppose you don't really have any control. You just have to accept it whenever it comes to a film or a TV series because it's you haven't wrote it. Whereas a game, you're like you can just go, I'm not playing that.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is I for example, in Marvel or Star Wars or DC or Game of Thrones or whatever you're watching, Lord of the Rings, you can sit there and go, or James Bond, for example. This is going to be fine. Well, he's in the title, so he's not going to die, is he?
Who knows?
So every single time he gets shot, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" You're like, "It's fine. It's literally called James Bond."
But he might die, and then someone else will be called James Bond and come in.
No, because they would have to start calling him 007. If the film was called 007, you'd be like, "Oh fuck, this could be some other woman that comes in now. This won't be always James Bond."
But it could be James Bond. James Bond could die, and then some other guy coming in. I'm James Bond too.
It's not Doctor Who.
No, but his name could be James Bond. But there's a James Bond.
What are the odds that the next person in that job would be? Okay, so we've hired someone else. What's his name? You're not gonna believe it.
But it's true though. It can happen.
Well, I suppose equally, I did say M.
Yeah.
Changed from being
a man to a woman.
Demi.
Or no, a woman.
What's her name?
Dame Judy
Dench. I called her Demi Moore halfway through there. I was like, that is not correct.
It's not even Demi, it's Demi.
Demi Moore?
Apparently so.
Oh.
Apparently that's how she likes her name to be pronounced.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But
sorry, Demi.
Sorry, Demi. No,
Demi, do you?
But they changed her, Judi Dench, to Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah.
And he's still called M.
Yeah, from a woman to a man.
Yeah, but you literally see her die.
Would it not be better calling her W then?
Why?
Woman?
No, because I think she has a name
Obviously.
beginning with M. Oh, right.
Mary. Mary from...
Because he almost says it in one of the films. He's like, who'd ever thought your name was... And then she's like, say one more word and I'll have you killed.
Yeah. I don't like James Bond.
No?
No.
Again, what annoys me about it is, and I think they're good action films, what annoys me about it though is, again, every time he's getting shot on, I'm like, he'll be alright.
Yeah.
Whereas, in the likes of Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, blah blah, you're like, or Game of Thrones, perfect example, you're like, okay, who's gonna die?
Suppose, actually, you never really know. Yeah.
no idea,
Yeah.
and then someone gets stabbed, you're like, oh, balls.
So that whole thing with your man as well from Walking Dead, Carl. Like no
Yes.
one seen that coming
No.
because he's still alive in the comics.
Yep.
So it didn't make any sense for him to die.
Yep, and so is Rick, but he's gonna go in next series.
He's going the next season. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe what they'll do is they'll.
There's theories that no, he's not gonna do that.
Why?
Why would he do that?
No, not that. As in like. The
Oh, I thought you
hand.
meant like kill himself.
No.
No,
It's the
he
hand.
apparently what people speculate is that at the end of the last series, anyone that hasn't seen it yet, it's a bit late now really, but
Your fault.
basically he there a lot of people aren't very happy with the way he's let Negan live, basically.
Yeah.
So Maggie and stuff are pretty mad. So and apparently she's going the next series as well. So apparently
Ron Cohen's going as well.
apparently
Who's being left then? Daryl.
yeah, he's gonna be like the new guy. But
And
like
then Carol.
they think that it's
Daryl
gonna
and
be-
Carol. Unbelievable.
but they think it's gonna be like her and Daryl being very unhappy and Rick sort of becoming a bit of a dick and a dictator, and then he's gonna become sort of like Shane in season 1
Right.
and 2, and then they think Daryl's gonna sort of do a Rick and kill him, and then that'll how it ends.
You reckon he's going to die out? He's going to get killed off?
Mm-hmm.
If the what?
That's what they think. Anyway.
Surely
That's-
the best
that was
thing-
just a fan theory that I was like, that's quite interesting.
Well, surely the best thing to be, what to happen would be the hand thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then just not chop it off,
Don't know.
and just let him go as a zombie,
Maybe.
and then be killed by an arrow to the head.
Maybe. But unfortunately, I think that's just.
Maybe they'll not kill him off so he has room to come back.
But see, I don't know. Like he could always come back in the last episode and be like, and wake up, and then you'd be like, oh, what a terrible series that was.
Yeah, it was all a dream.
Yeah. But
I
like,
don't know, it's
I don't know. It's sort of funny because you know we said about how reality isn't that bad, but here we are talking about things that aren't real just because it's more fun.
who said reality isn't that bad?
Earlier, you were like, "Oh, it's not that bad."
Well, this is what we're talking about.
What do you mean?
We're talking about fantasy and reality. I mean, reality, it isn't that bad. It's just,
It's not that good either.
but no one wants to talk about it.
It's because it's not as interesting as,
Yeah,
for
like
example.
no one wants, unless like the closest things to reality you get to talk about is your day to day life. Like I was just down in Tesco's the other day and I seen Billy and he hit his head off the lamps and they fell on the floor and
Sounds
smashed.
amazing.
Huh?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like that's the reality over. And then once that's done, what do you do after you've done with your day? You go and watch films. You don't.
Yeah.
Or you go and walk somewhere. Do you do a hike? I mean, I don't know what people want to do. I certainly
Well-
wouldn't. But I go and watch a film or play some game or something like. But I mean, I think we talk more about fantasy because of the fact that we only have a certain amount of time in a day that we don't do an awful lot with. Whereas we can watch a film that's an hour and 2 hours long and be like, did you see that bit in the film about? There's more in that in those 2 hours than there are in your entire day.
Correct.
So it just makes it a lot easier. It's not as more fun. It's just that nothing happens in a film in your life. Nothing sort of goes through the TV and like.
Well, it's funny.
happens.
That links in perfectly with a BBC article that says that Britons spend more time using technology than they do sleeping. So Ofcom, the communications regulator, have said that UK adults spend an average of 8 hours and 41 minutes a day on media devices.
Well, you said technology,
Mhm.
but that would make sense. Like, what if your job's an office job though?
What do you mean?
It's all technology. I mean, technically, a car is technology.
Yeah, but well, then you could say, well, the seat you're sitting on is technology. You could
Exactly.
start, there is no
A bed, there's no
I
end to
said
it. Like,
technological devices. So, for example, it does
Computers.
give examples. So, that TV, radio, it actually breaks it down. So it breaks it down to TV, smartphone, landline, printer, laptop, desktop, analog radio, tablet, DAB radio, stereo system, standard mobile, and other technological devices. But basically, that you spend an average of 8 hours 41 minutes. Not you personally, but people in the UK, on media devices compared to the average night's sleep, which is 8 hours and 21 minutes. And the first thing that we said whenever I read that was, who the hell sleeps for 8 hours and 21 minutes?
Yeah, it's a long time. I mean, especially if it's straight as well, because apparently you're supposed to wake up for, like, you have to have 4 hours sleep and then wake up for a bit and then have another 4 hours
I've heard that before. Apparently that's the way we were supposed to do it. It wasn't
You're-
supposed to be an 8 hour stretch.
Apparently you're meant to sleep like that because it's like, it does, like jumps your body up and you're ready to go and then you're like, no, time to go back to bed again.
We got tired stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently around 4 hours a day are spent watching TV, and basically between 12 and 15-year-olds, they were also analysed. 8% of them use emails, so that's 12 to 15-year-old, and only 3% had actually ever used their house phone.
Yeah. I don't understand that though, because, well, suppose unless you're like in, maybe you're not allowed to use your house phone.
Well, they're just crap now. There's no point. Just use your mobile. You know.
We get a lot of calls to the house though.
I bet would that be your mum's business?
Sometimes, but sometimes just like people, instead of like aunts and uncles ringing off mobiles, it's even my brother.
I don't know
rings
my
the
house
house.
phone number.
No?
No.
Oh.
Legitimately. No, I know my old one still off by heart, so I could ring that house whenever I wanted. But like,
Hello.
I don't know. See,
Just imagine that. Something creepy.
this is the only number I know. No, but like, I don't know my other one at all. Like, honestly, it's in my phone, but I don't know it.
Off
Like,
by heart?
yeah, I have no idea. Like, if somebody was to like put a gun to my head and be like, "Tell me your house phone number, I'm gonna shoot you in the head," I would die.
Dear.
Yeah, like legitimately, could not tell
Just
you.
go, oh, 1 1.
This is a really cool fact that young people tend to have obviously a better understanding of technological devices than adults, with 6-year-olds having the same level of knowledge as the average 45-year-old.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But see, it's due to the people that are giving their kids like the likes of Apple's products, like from like 1 years old, like tablets.
Hi, what's the
phones.
screen there? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Or
You
like
know.
somebody or a kid can like flick, take a picture, show you the picture, zoom in on everything.
Yeah.
Whereas the average, as you say, maybe 45-year-old would take a picture and be like, right, what's next then?
Yeah.
You know.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Like,
But it is like the natural emotion now, just to go. If you see a picture, all you need to do is like spread your fingers apart, be like, look, it's bigger now.
yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that big eye there. But then
So maybe it's just what kids are gonna happen. Just go over to glass windows and just start doing this.
why can't I see?
Who's that man in there? Zoom in.
Like literally though, that's like we mentioned before about how that could potentially become like a health concern, a health risk. And there's a psychologist here who actually focuses. His name's Dr. Eric Sigmund. Ooh, Sigmund?
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, basically he says that the Ofcom statistics that show, so this is one of the things they show, those aged 16 to 24, we're no longer in that age bracket. Anyway, that's scary, isn't it?
Thanks, Clark.
16 to, we're now like 25 to 35. Likely to do more than one task at a time, so instead of just, for example, watching TV.
Good for us, eh? We're not in that.
We're not in that group.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, you're all
One
heathens.
task at a time. What's that all about?
But they'll apparently squeeze 14 hours and 7 minutes of media activity on average every day into just over 9 hours. So you'll be on your phone while watching TV, or they'll be, watching TV while playing the Xbox. Sometimes people put on the football or whatever and also play the Xbox.
Yeah, people that put on things that require you to watch in the background.
Yeah.
Annoys me.
Or music or something.
Music's
whenever
okay
you're,
because you can't watch it.
No,
But whenever you put a TV on, just for background noise, it annoys me.
yeah, don't get it.
Don't understand that. What's the
Don't
point?
get it.
And then because you'd be like, 'cause it's like someone talking, and if you're by yourself and you want someone else to talk to you, ring someone.
Yeah.
Don't put the TV on. Don't have David Dickinson talking about real deals on the TV whenever you're cleaning the house.
Made a profit of £14.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's okay putting on music when you're like tidying the house or something.
Yep.
Because that's normal. You'd usually, like, sometimes I would even put my earphones in when I'm hoovering.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's actually, basically he says that a lot of the time is actually spent on their own as well. It's not like with people. They'll be in their room.
Well, if people were on technology, like on their phones and watching things, while people were trying to talk to them, I think it'd be pretty rude. Unless you're watching films together, it's different. Like.
Yeah, exactly. He says that we need to think of recreational screen time as a form of consumption in the way that we think of sugar, fat, alcohol, and hours in the sun. we should measure it in units per day in terms of what's healthy and what isn't. The average person that's awake and in work, over half the day is spent looking at screens, etc.
Yeah.
So, for example, texting, talking, typing, gaming, listening, whatever. To be honest with you, I think because I work with a computer 9 to 5, I honestly reckon mine would be far higher than 8 hours and 41 minutes.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Like, could easily be 13 hours a day, if not more.
Yeah.
Spent looking at something.
Yeah. But you're constantly doing it because you're doing it from basically whenever you get up. I would assume you'd be looking at your phone before you would leave work.
Before I leave work?
Yeah, before
I leave for work?
Yeah.
Well, definitely turn my alarm off, and then I would have a wee like, what happened overnight?
Yeah, and then you would go to work by the time you get there. So you listen to the radio.
I listen to Spotify on the way to work, yeah.
Yeah.
Or a podcast or something.
Yeah. And then once you get there, you're on the computer for, 7?
7.5 hours, and then you'll spend your lunch on your phone, catching up with the previous 4 hours.
And then once you've done that, you're back home again, listen to the radio on the way home.
Yeah.
And then you're back home.
I'll make dinner.
Make yourself a dinner. Probably have something on the background.
It'll depend. I usually spend time with the dogs then. But like,
well, that's good.
If something is on, then but I won't really pay attention to it. No.
And then maybe Community.
Yeah.
Or Xbox.
Yeah, legitimately like that long. Like it's constant. It's all the time.
That's mad.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But then again, I'd be guilty as well because I listen to music a lot.
Yeah. But it's just something you do.
But I would probably listen to music while doing something else, so I'm still being productive.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, and like that was the other thing as well. Like I always used to listen to music and work. So like that's almost like doubling the time that I'm doing that, which is mad.
For every hour you're on the computer, you're on for 2 basically for.
Yeah, because I'm also doing something else.
Yeah.
But like the BBC technology correspondent Roy Selin-Jones, he says, and this is his sort of summary of the entire thing. If you want to see the future, look at the media habits of Britain's 14 and 15-year-olds. The message is basically that it could be scary for some old media companies. So, techie teens, are they actually, they're not watching live TV anymore. Who wants to watch adverts? If you think on all 4, how annoying are the adverts?
Yeah, especially because they're not placed very well.
Yeah.
I had 3 adverts in Community episode the other day. Obviously the start of it before it starts, in the middle, and then there's 3 minutes before the end.
Oh, you're joking.
No. I was like, what was that? Because that's the first time I've ever seen it before. First time.
That's what.
I was like, what's that at the end of that there? Because you see the little blip in the little timeline. I was like,
yellow still, or what colour?
No, it's white.
White now?
It's white. It's like a blue line for the actual playback thing, and there's the white lines in it. And I was like, well, there's one in the middle. Why is there one like 2 seconds before the end? And it was an advert 3 minutes before the end of the show.
5 minutes? Episode? Or, sorry.
5 minute
5
advert.
minutes advert?
3.5 minute advert.
Ugh.
Yeah, but it's 3.5 minutes until it starts again.
Mm-hmm.
There could be 4 or 5 adverts in that one thing.
That's disgusting.
Which is just dreadful. Like, it's how they get their money, but it's still annoying.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's saying that kids are now giving up on voice calls and email. They just want to text all the time. They'll want to constantly update on what other people are doing on Instagram, on Snapchat,
we
or whatever.
Talked about social media there not too long ago, and it's a pure cancer of the world at the minute. Like
crazy.
But we're all susceptible to it. We're all to blame.
Yeah, everybody wants to know what's going on as it's happening.
Yeah.
Basically what he's saying is, will teens want to know anything about reality anymore, or will they just want to know what's on the screen? So will they want to know, what's on the radio or what's...
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, like, our parents they've had all this at their fingertips. Well, not their fingertips, but they've definitely had it from the news. All these different websites, all they've done is amplify that. So you can just search it on your phone. And you can go onto Twitter and see what's trending.
In 2 seconds.
In 2 seconds, whereas people beforehand didn't have that luxury. All they had to wait until the 6 o'clock news. They'd be like, see what's happening in Malaga today?
Yeah.
Parties, But that's what I'm saying. Like, all they've done is amplify it. It's just more accessible now, which is probably worse than having your segmented news parts where you could have it like 6 o'clock's definitely the news today.
Mm-hmm.
After 6 o'clock, finish dinner and
watch
then
The Simpsons.
Watch The Simpsons.
That's the way it used to be. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's what happens. Like I remember, that's what you used to do.
It was 5 o'clock and then Simpsons come on at 6 to half 6.
And then now you can just obviously watch whatever you want whenever you want because you got like catch up stuff now.
Yeah.
So people could literally spend. You got Netflix as well now. You could just spend the entirety of the day if you wanted to on your day off, just being, yeah, today's a duvet day. I'm just gonna watch Community all day and be like,
yeah,
3 seasons in by the end of the night.
Quite easily. Like, yeah, as you say, like everything is just at people's fingertips, and it does come down to the fact that is it because people don't want to know
or they're just bored of
what's
their
in
own
front of
reality?
them? Yeah. Like it's like, well, that's a really good way of putting it. Is it like, do people want to know what other people are doing because they're like, my life's crap, and I want to know what Kylie Jenner's doing. I want to know what whoever the hell else is big on Twitter is doing on Instagram and stuff.
Well, it's true, but true. Like, see, this does my head in as well. Like, technology has basically made fake jobs. The internet has made fake jobs. I'm sorry, but it has. What's an Instagram model now? What was that? You just have loads of followers on Instagram.
Congratulations, you're pretty.
You're a Twitter. Oh, what was it? Twitter. I can't remember. But you can be some sort of thing for Twitter.
Like an icon.
Yeah, something like that. There. Obviously, you get your blue ticks and stuff for having so many followers and stuff. But
I don't think it's that many though.
No, you can get like 20k.
I don't even think it's that many. I think it's less.
Oh, people have like a lot less, like, but they can get their blue tick removed if they're like 20k or something.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like, I think it's pretty nuts that you could just be a fake job. Like Instagram models, like one of the things I read the other day, I think it was on Twitter. I can't remember what it was, but it was like top stupid name jobs, whatever it was, yeah. I was like, what is an Instagram? Like, what is it?
My guess is they have enough followers to be an influencer, and you get. I'm pretty sure you're actually called that if that's your job. Did Rachel tell me this about Love Island or something? Oh, that some of them are like influencers, so like they have so many followers that say I was like, oh, I want you to promote this podcast. You have 200,000 followers.
Yeah.
Here's £2,000. I want you to post about it 3 times this week, and at peak times and blah blah blah, and that's how it would work because they're like influencers. They'd be like, oh, I really love this podcast. Do they love whatever they're putting forward? It's because they're loving the money that they're getting paid to do it.
But that's just crazy that the internet. I mean, fair enough. It's created more jobs, but it's also wasted more money. I think because you're paying somebody for.
There's more money to waste.
Yeah, I know, but then it's like a vicious circle because you're paying someone to make money for yourself, really. Like you just said there, you're literally paying someone, like, say, $5,000 to promote your whatever.
And also here's some free stuff.
And you can get $10,000 back.
Yeah.
So you've made $5,000 profit there anyway.
Well, that's like I seen a stat there the other day. Reality TV irks me, right? It really pisses me off because it's so poorly named. It is not. Right. Anyway. It's not real.
It's not real.
Right.
No.
But apparently, on average, Kylie Jenner, or one of the Jenners, and I think also The Rock, earned around $900,000 per sponsored Instagram post on average.
That's mad.
Yeah.
The Rock is
the highest paid actor in the world last year with $150 million.
Yeah, but he's also like his social media following went like it just skyrocketed. See, after Jumanji, well, even before that, but during Jumanji and everything he was sharing from Kevin Hart, from Central Intelligence, from all that sort of stuff, it just ballooned. He's like 12.1 million followers or something, which is crazy. And the fact he's even getting $100,000 from Instagram promotions is just insane.
Yeah, but like it comes down to as well, seeing there. You know, it's a thing. Kylie Jenner, I think it's Kylie or Kendall, but everyone does the makeup.
I couldn't tell you.
Don't know. Well, I want to say Kylie, but anyway, she is going to be
fair, they're all making some sort of money from somewhere.
But she's going to be the youngest self-made billionaire ever.
Yes,
but
I think it was Kendall.
Are you self-made?
Nope.
Are you though? If your family's that rich and influential, not really.
No.
You know, pardon me. Don't get me wrong. Going from 10 million to a billion.
There's no way. It's impossible. Okay, it's the same as the Osbournes.
Well,
it's the same thing. Your dad was a rock star.
Yeah.
And they made a show because he was nuts.
Yeah.
And you've profited out of it.
Yep.
You're not self-made at all. You were just lucky to be a part of his family.
It's like, but then remember
I hate that.
We spoke about
that's
Jeff
really
Bezos.
Irked me. That.
What?
It's really irked me. I hate that sort of stuff. I absolutely hate it. Self-made.
Yeah.
Fair enough. She's went and done her own business, but she's got the promotion there from her family.
Mm-hmm.
See, if someone else's sort of business that was half as good as that there wouldn't be anywhere near where she is.
Yep.
There's no way.
Well, it's like I posted in. Remember, I posted in the other day in that chat where it's like people are more willing to give money to people that already have hundreds of millions or millions than they are,
because they're not likely to lose it. Then they're likely to get more money back.
No, but no, not even. It's like they'll go out and, like, say for example, I'm selling a T-shirt that looks like this, and then The Rock is selling one that looks almost exactly identical,
but it has like a logo or something on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you, like, most people go out and spend $40 on his T-shirt rather than $20 a month.
Have you not seen the big YouTube thing at the minute?
No.
People are just starting to make their own clothing lines and stuff. Well, not clothing
lines.
I've
seen Mr. Fruit and stuff has some.
Well, this is the thing. People are starting to make these. They're not clothing lines, obviously, because it's not really a clothing. It's just making their own merchandise. Yeah. But all they really are either their logo on it somewhere or a quirky sort of line
saying or what they would say. Yeah.
And it's like 40 quid for I woke up
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and people are buying these things, like, it's crazy. You're in a Primark or Primark, whatever you want to call it, and it's just like they have all these similar things but for like 12 quid.
Yeah.
But people they're just going online because they're like, well, they're selling through someone because they have to get some money back, and obviously the person that they went up to get money as well. But 40 quid for a shirt that's probably you could probably spit through.
Yeah, probably.
And it's all it says is one little quirky thing that isn't really even that quirky.
Or it has their symbol, as you say.
Or it has their logo on it or something.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, some things, like I was looking through EMP earlier on, there are some t-shirts in it, you're just like, really?
Mm-hmm.
People are going to buy that, like? And
yeah.
It's been happening for years, but people are, just everyone in the YouTube gang are just jumping on this bandwagon, like, I'm going to make this big, massive clothing thing, and it's going to be white or black t-shirts with my logo on it, and it's going to sell for like 60 quid, and you're going to buy it.
Yeah,
people buy it because they want it, just because it's going to be. See if they put limited edition beside it as well.
Oh,
sell it.
$20 of that.
Sell it. Absolutely sell it.
Like I had a guy earlier. He was going on about celebrities and stuff, and I was like, I think he was going on about the guys from Geordie Shore and stuff. I was like, they're reality TV. They're not celebrities at all. Yeah. They go out and get drunk on TV, and that's their job.
Yeah.
He's like, no, they have other businesses and blah blah blah, and. I, like, not to be a buzzkill, but I said to him, I was like, why are you defending these people? Like, honestly, like, why are you getting on as if they deserve all this status? No, they don't. Like, at all. Like, what you should be doing is going out and supporting your mates, your ideas, their ideas. You shouldn't be going out and being like, oh no, they're brilliant, they're this, they're that, and the other. They're not real. It's not real.
Yeah.
Never in a million years, are you ever gonna end up, I don't know, on the Kardashians. Never in a million years.
Yeah.
But he was so offended that I was like, they're not really celebrities. Fair enough. And he was like, what about the Kardashians then? I was like, they are, yeah, certainly. They married quite well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Kanye West, and one of them's got another one with like another rapper, Tiger or something.
Tyga? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who it is though.
No, I don't know any of his stuff, but I'm assuming he's famous. And obviously they've done, well, certainly the makeup one's done very well in terms of business.
Yeah.
But he got very annoyed, and it was just funny that we're recording this tonight. But I was just like, it's not real. Yeah. What you're seeing there is not real.
I can understand people just defending people because they like them, but at the same time, you shouldn't really get offended because someone has an opinion on the person you like.
Like, he was like so angry. I was like, what about this? What about this? I was just like, well, what about that? Is exactly the point.
I don't think anyone's going to change anybody's mind that actually hates for like anything. Like, if you hate virtual reality, you're going to change anyone that likes it.
Yeah, I just
Same
don't
with
like reality TV.
You're not going to change someone's mind on it.
Yeah,
it's impossible. Like, I don't think, unless even if like something was to say like, but there's nothing you like that you could even put into reality. Like, you couldn't make a reality TV thing about Star Wars. That you would watch and be like, this is great.
No,
there's no way. I don't think you could possibly make something that, even if you absolutely cherish this brand and you put it into this, you still wouldn't like it if it's reality TV.
Maybe this is the whole point, that maybe I just prefer stuff that's not real.
But reality TV isn't real anyway.
I know, but some people believe it to be real, and they like it because they're like, oh, but look at how relatable they are. I mean, look at her lips; they're not even that messed up anymore.
They're not even that messed up anymore. But they're not reality TV. Not everyone's gonna look like a size. Is size 0 even in anymore? I don't know what it is.
I know it's a thing, but I don't know if anyone is that.
I don't care. But for sake of argument, a size 0 model, and the one's ripped as Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
That's not reality. People are fat and people are thin and people are all over the place. Like, it's not real. How is it relatable? He's got a freckle on his face. Oh, I got loads of them on mine.
Yeah.
So relatable. No.
Exactly. And the thing as well is that, you know, those guys have so much money that their skin will be near flawless. They will have personal trainers. They won't have to work 9 to 5. They have other people working for them. Blah 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 blah. And it's so hard to try and explain that to people. It's like, that is not real.
But they're self-made.
No, they're not.
Well done them if they've been self-made.
They only, like, it's like Jeff Bezos. I was reading a thing about him the other day. He came from, like, he's like stupidly clever.
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't just some like family
clearly.
man. This wasn't just some family man who started a second-hand bookstore in his garage.
Yeah.
You know, he was in like the stocks and trade and shares and stuff. And then in
Like the Wolf of Wall Street.
what year was it? 96 or 94 or something? He set up Amazon.
I think so, yeah.
But I think it was 96. But basically, he decided. He got a tip. Basically, the internet was about to explode, so he was like, "Cool." So he went and set up this thing, and now he's worth $150 billion.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all about timing.
Yeah, and like, he obviously, it's not easy, but like, there's a lot of things Amazon do that people don't like. For example, if you work on Amazon, you pay for your parking. It's not free. You know, this company's worth nearly $1 trillion. I think it's going to be the first $1 trillion. It makes up 50% of the US online e-commerce.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Like, but it makes sense as well because they have an awful lot of ways to deliver now as well via drones.
Yeah, all that stuff in the Amazon Instant or whatever you call it, whatever it's like there than they are or something. But like
they have trucks like constantly driving through America. It's
not surprising because, as you say, the company's that big. But it's just trying to explain that is self-made.
Yeah.
Not my dad was O.J. Simpson's lawyer and
profited immensely off
it. Let's all give ourselves K names.
Yeah.
Except for Caitlin. But like, basically I don't know, he just got very angry, and it was it was one of those things where it was sort of leading on to this, but then I sort of realised I think I do prefer the things that aren't real, because reality, to an extent,
it comes with a lot of baggage.
It's not as fun either. Like, you can't have a lightsaber and fly through space yet. You can't go and destroy a ring of Middle Earth. You can't go and, fly a dragon and like Game of Thrones. There's so many things. But then at the same time, on the flip side, I would die in all those.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be that one guy that is cut down by some random extra in the background.
Yeah. More than likely,
you're not, same. So.
And then it's like being like a hero of your own story. Like, that's just what it's. Like, that's what reality is. You just have to be the better person of yourself. Well, try to be. Yeah, it's a hard thing to do, but I mean, it'd be the same thing. Like, you could be like the worst person in reality, but be the best person in fantasy. Like, if you decided to choose through.
Yeah.
Or you could be the worst person in fantasy and be the best person in reality. Or in turn, you could just be the best in both, or the worst in both. But at the end of the day, like, it's only yourself that you're gonna make, who you are basically. So if you're gonna be like, prefer fantasy stuff, but I hate my life, then do something with your life. Then
it's like that saying, the only person you're competing with is the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
Always try and make yourself better rather than worrying about anything else. But that's a fair point. Like you're saying there, if you prefer being on the Xbox or the PlayStation, or if you prefer watching movies, maybe you should have a wee look at what is outside, like what's wrong.
Yeah, like what's wrong with yourself?
There's nothing wrong with enjoying things, by the way.
No,
that's
definitely
not what
not.
we're saying.
But I mean, people are extroverts, people are introverts. Like, you're gonna have those people anyway. Like, but I mean, if you're that depressed about something like that, there, and you're just literally watching the TV for 8 hours a day, or however many it was, 5 hours a day, 3 hours a day,
8 hours 41 minutes on average on your devices.
Like, if you're doing that every single day, and you're happy, then fair enough, fair play to you, power to you. But if you're not, then something's wrong.
But again, that is on average. So, for example, that could include like a postman who is never going to be in front of a screen.
Some of them are though. Some of them have those little things and all they walk about with.
But that's still going to be like a boop boop boop, and then you walk away.
But then again, you think of how many jobs nowadays have, are actually without any technology apart from. I mean, even farming's got technology in it. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But I don't know whether it included heavy machinery. I think it was just literally screens. So for example, like driving a car, I don't think counts. But like,
well, they're very, very, very minimal jobs in the world that have like
yeah,
zero
no
technology.
screens.
Yeah. I think it's just a bit mad that we're all sort of living in this world where we're probably a bit more content living in a fantasy land than living our own lives out.
Yeah.
And the worst thing about it is the more time you spend in Fantasyland, the less time you're going to spend in reality because it's going to fly by.
Blurs.
Yeah. You're going to have like parts, if you were like step back, if you could look at a bird's eye view of your timeline in life, between like, I don't know, like 16 and 20, the majority of it will probably be a blur if you're an introvert because you'll just spend your time
on a screen of some form.
Yeah, whereas if you're an extrovert, not saying that there's nothing wrong with being either or. It's just it's going to be seen differently, isn't it? I mean, between 16 and 20, extroverts could equally be going out and getting absolutely smashed drunk, and literally missing out the entire like 16, the 4 years between 16 and 20, and it being a complete blur as well. But as long as you do good things with either, if you are an introvert or an extrovert, you could just be maybe doing it a bit better instead of just literally watching a TV all day. Like, there's better things to be doing inside the house than reading a book and watching telly.
Yeah.
You know
Talk
what I
to
mean?
people.
Talk to people, play a bit of football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do that weekend.
Oh yeah, we are. We're going to attempt it anyway.
Yeah. I give it a good go.
Just do it blindfolded, like I said, so we can all see how good ourselves are and just think how great we're playing. And then the outside, we're just walking about like Blobby. Mr. Blobby.
Just like kicking it.
Kicking the wall or something, you know, but it'll probably be a right mess, like I can imagine.
No, I don't think it'll be highlight read worthy. Let's just say that.
Yeah, well, we'll get Gary Lineker down there and see what he thinks of us. Like,
He'll probably leave after 45 seconds.
yeah, if he even makes it that long.
Yeah.
5 seconds in, right? Kick a frisbee or what? It'd be a right mess, like. But yeah, no, we'll have a good go at that anyway. And see, that's reality for us. That'll be.
It is.
And then
That
afterwards,
will be a real reality check.
it will be how bad we all are. Like. And then after that, there we're gonna go into Fantasyland, aren't we? So.
Probably.
Well, I'd say that's probably
Feel a bit better about ourselves.
Yeah, I feel a bit better. Well, hopefully, if we get to do the entire raid.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Either way, I think we'll call it that an episode. What are you right?
Yeah, I agree.
Nice one.
Good
Okay.
banter.
Catch you next one.
Bye.